This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com. This show is brought to you by Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/awesomecast.
I'm getting awesome, you're getting awesome, we're getting awesome, yeah, that's what I said now. I'm getting awesome, you're getting awesome, we're getting awesome, yeah, that's what I said.
Nightmares, I don't care, I love it.
It's time to get geeky, get awesome. It is the AwesomeCast. Mike Sorg right here in Sorgatron Media Studios, ready to talk all the geeky things with all of you out there. And here in the lovely Beachview neighborhood of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, watching people apparently illegally park in front of my driveway. But anyways, we are back full force awesomeness tonight because we have back with us, first of all, back in Studio C in the Big D of Dormont, Pennsylvania, is their gadget guru from, I almost said Xbox International.
Xbox International.
Xbox International.
We could just come up with a new company.
People are going to think you actually work for Microsoft, and that's going to get sticky. So I don't want to, the legal department's not going to like that one. So, and I mean Sidekick Media Legal. So, how you doing, man? Were you on another vacation or work trip, or what happened this last week?
This was family vacation.
This was family vacation.
We went to the OCMD, Ocean City, Maryland.
Ooh, everybody goes there. Katie, you go there too, right? Am I missing out here? I've just been to like the Jersey Shore. So.
Oh. Yeah, you got to Ocean City, Maryland sometime.
Ocean City, Maryland. I was probably close
it's definitely worth the trip.
I've done some work down that way, and I was probably really close. I should have hit it up while I was in the area. We'll plan the trip for 2022, I suppose. Yeah, you heard that voice. It's our social media maven, Dudas.
Hello, friends.
Hello.
Nice to talk to you again, Chilla.
It's good to see you.
And, of course, we're going to talk about all kinds of geeky things here this episode from the Pittsburgh flyover state of mind. I actually had a Lyft driver in Chicago this past weekend. I was like, and I gave that line about how it's the original mission of, like, it's the opinion of people in flyover states about technology. And she says, that's really good. Chicago needs that. I was like, I didn't consider Chicago a flyover state, but okay, I guess you're right. But anyways, let's get into it. Of course, check out everything at awesomecast.com, and you can hit us up at awesomecast at sorgatronmedia.com for any inquiries. AwesomeCast on the Twitter, AwesomeCast on the Facebook page and group. A lot of great discussion happening in the Facebook group, including stories that we did include in our document that we'll hopefully get to here today. And you can subscribe and rate us on your favorite podcast apps and watch video versions on our Facebook and YouTube page, or you can join us here live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Facebook Live, on our YouTube page for AwesomeCast, and on the Sorgatron Media Twitch page, whatever is easiest for you to drop in and be a part of. We appreciate you joining us live and being part of that chat room with us. And then, of course, thank you to our Patreon supporters at patreon.com/awesomecast. Our friends over there contributing to the show, helping keep things move forward at the Coffee Club level. Matt Muller, John DeGore, John Carmen, Cynthia Klotsky over there at Shift Collaborative, Scott McTaggart over at the Pitchworks podcast, and Mike Pound and at the Fan of the Show level, Michael Fedora, PGSmuseums.org, Professor Buzzkill, the Professor Buzzkill podcast, and Dave Ponder of iPhoneography podcast. You guys can support the show too. Get a shout out at the beginning here and get some other recorded content at patreon.com/awesomecast. So let's get into our awesome things of the week. And Katie, you're reminding me. The sign at Dunkin' just reminded me too, and I'm putting my flag in. I'm putting my flag in the sand on this. Was that the phrase? I don't know. What's your awesome thing of the week?
It's officially pumpkin spice season.
Oh no!
Dunkin' already announced it. Starbucks is kind of behind in announcing it today that their pumpkin spice latte is back. So we are heading back into Halloween season officially.
Dunkin' has it, and we're good. Like the sign was there in the driveway. They have like a pumpkin cold brew cream something that I'm obviously going to try very, very soon. So yeah, it has arrived here in late August, I guess.
Yeah, so you're going to start seeing pumpkin spiced everything in the stores as far as food and body products and everything in between.
Wait, body products?
Oh yeah, you can get pumpkin spice deodorant. There's pumpkin spice soap. There's pumpkin spice. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Okay, I love pumpkin spice. Like it's my favorite season, right? And now and I've tried the cookies. I've tried. I don't know, like lots of stuff, right? But deodorant.
Yes, I think Native. Yeah, Native is the brand. At least one of the brands. I think that do the pumpkin spice. And you can find them at Target, I think on Amazon too.
Oh geez.
And I think a few places. But yeah,
so
they have pumpkin spice latte sensitive.
Oh geez, it's the vintage collection deodorant pumpkin spice latte. I mean, it's very the cactus flower and poppy, blackberry and plume, sandalwood and fig, but of course, pumpkin spice latte. $12 over at nativecause.com. If you want to get that directly, I guess. Oh boy, all right. I'm putting that in the Instacart right now.
But if you've been paying any bit of attention on social media, the Halloween stuff has been out at Michael's, Home Goods, Dollar Tree, everywhere now. Everybody's doing their spooky how-tos. And I looked it up because I was curious, and I was like, the expected spend on Halloween in 2020 was $8 billion in the U.S.
Jeez.
And that's down $1 billion from a couple years beforehand. But I think this year the numbers are going to be astronomical, especially if we get any sort of, COVID safe. I don't know how to say that. If we're able to have a little less restrictions on trick-or-treating, I think we're going to really see those numbers just and especially with the vaccine out there.
I didn't find the deodorant, although I think I spelled it wrong. But I did find Febreze harvest pumpkin on here. Well, if you want your house to like smell like fall, I suppose that's. Hold on, we're just gonna type pumpkin in the Target and see what comes up now. Let's see. Oh, there's a lot of food items because of course they have groceries. But Beech Nut Organics pumpkin, pumpkin spice special K. Oh man, health bars. That looks like that's for a dog though.
I bet you there's pumpkin spice Cheerios. There's every other flavor.
Oh yeah,
yes, there is. I bet there is.
We'll be seeing that soon.
Oh boy. Well,
I did see the Halloween candy. I had to stop. What did I? I had to stop in CVS for something. It was like CVS had like they have like they normally do 3 rows of candy.
Yeah.
There's at least 1 row up currently. I'm sure it will expand.
I swear,
like Mogwai.
It was like the last week of July where I'm like checking out and I'm like, wait, pumpkins? Really? And she's like, go check out at aisle 7. I'm like, no. But anyways, okay, pumpkin is here. I am putting my foot down that I will not order a pumpkin thing until the beginning of September. I know it's a week I have, but that's I know it's a week. That's why it's not much of a sacrifice. But yes, like once we hit on the 1st, pumpkin everything. Here we go. I am basic white girl. I'm just completely in on it. So yeah, and you have to get it as much as you can since it's a limited time.
Yeah. I was gonna get a Starbucks today, and I was like, oh, I need to go get a pumpkin spice latte, and it was too hot to leave the house.
Yeah,
so I was like, this is some sort of something.
It's hard to get it's kind of hard to get a pumpkin spice latte when it's 90 degrees and muggy out. A little bit. So, oh boy. Well, add to cart. Okay, moving on. Chilla, what's your awesome pick of the week?
My awesome pick of the week is, if anyone was paying attention to the Twitters and the Instagrams and actually the TikToks, I think it was Sunday night, there was a leak of the Spider-Man trailer.
Mm-hmm.
It leaked numerous places, and Sony quickly swept in and removed it from everywhere, only to then release it on Monday.
Yeah.
The leak was pretty. It was like a video capture of a phone. The phone did not have, at least the one I saw, did not have a lot of the special effects added in. But I will say that it was worth the wait, the extra 24 hours. I did try to watch it. It was rough trying to watch it Sunday night, but the No Way Home trailer launching yesterday. I cannot wait for December 17th, and I really hope this does not get pushed.
It was really hard to talk about wrestling on our wrestling podcast last night because Mad Mike was just losing his mind, and I kept pushing off him talking about it so we could talk about wrestling things. I thought his head was gonna pop on the Monday Mayhem Warriors last night, but yeah, very exciting, very cool. Looking forward to it. But we got 2 Marvel movies between now and then, actually. So, we got plenty to do in the meantime, right? So, yeah. I think Shang-Chi comes out like
one more thing
week.
On the Marvel front.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel and Netmarble also launched. Was it Marvel Revolution?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be an MMO, releasing out to mobile. Future Revolution. It looks like a pretty cool game. I'm very excited. I was surprised because I'll use air quotes pre-ordered.
Mm-hmm.
And by pre-ordered, I mean, like, I clicked the pre-order button in the App Store and it automatically downloaded. I got all excited this morning when I went, and it was already on my devices launching it. So a 1.7 gig download, then downloaded an additional 4 gig on my iPad, in which I was then notified, and I'm looking at the timer countdown right now. You do all of that, and then you get time remaining 8 hours and 44 minutes, 24 seconds till you can play. They do have a fun little Flappy Bird style game to play as Star-Lord, to fly through while those downloads are updating. I thought it was a pretty cool way to keep you engaged while you're watching the progress bar. But looking forward to this game in about another 9 hours.
So what kind of game is it? So it's calling it the first open world action RPG on mobile. So is this like a Fortnite-esque kind of look? I mean, like, I'm trying to find like actual screenshots of it. Like, this is obviously a very CG trailer that's going on here that we've been looking at, right? So
and I haven't seen much actual gameplay footage, so I'm interested to see how it plays, because is it going to be like level up type stuff? The cool thing, and I saw this kept me going on Pokemon Unite. They're doing check-in gifts.
Okay.
So
okay.
You check in within the first 7 days, you get a 4-star costume box. You check in within the 14,
Jeez.
the next 7, you get some crystals, and then with the 28th day check-in, you get a 5-star costume box. The pretty cool thing, it looks like they could be tying into kind of the multiverse, because there's numerous costumes for your character that kind of look like they would loosely match up with all of the different versions of like Iron Man, Spider-Man, etc. So I'm interested. Like I said, I haven't seen actual gameplay footage, but I'm looking forward to giving it a whirl. I've really liked a lot of the other Marvel games. They can keep my interest for a pretty decent period of time. So See what this one's like.
There it goes. I wish I'm looking at it. So I'm starting the initial download now from the App Store. Sadly, it's not on. I don't know. I'm looking at this because I just upgraded my Apple TV because I needed a second. I upgraded the living room because I needed a second one. I don't know if you're here when that happened, Chilla. Because we were talking about your pictures that pop up on the old one you gave me that I can't use. I'm always looking like, please, can this game be on Apple TV as well, since I have a nice going one. So it's iPhone, iPad only. And it launches tomorrow-ish. So
it's like 3 a.m. in the morning or something.
Oh, I'll be up. I'll be finishing the shows by then. That'll be fine. We'll stay up another couple hours playing this thing maybe. So friend me on there. I haven't done like one of these free medium things in it. I have a feeling I'll play this for like 10 minutes and get annoyed. But we'll give it a shot. It looks cool. It actually does look cool. So cool. Oh, it's my turn. Oh, hey. So when Game Pass dropped all those Bethesda games on there, there was definitely a glaring omission, at least for me, and that was Quake. And even on the PC side, I was like, well, okay, where's the Quake at? I'd love to play Quake. They've had to have ported this over to Xbox at some point, right? So turns out they were waiting for QuakeCon, which just happened. And at QuakeCon, they announced and then released on multiple consoles, there is a enhanced re-release of Quake capable of up to 4K. And on basically it's on Switch, Xbox One, PlayStations, on Game Pass is going to have it. And added bonus that's kind of nice. It work. The Quake 1 works in cloud as well. Although, man, the responsiveness was tough. I don't know what happened. I was trying to Game Pass cloud at my mother's. She's got like Comcast out in the middle of nowhere, and like I'm sitting right by the modem, and it was having problems. And that used to be the place where, I had really good luck with streaming games, but I don't know. Game Pass Cloud still is kind of finicky. But if you load it on the PC and you have Game Pass, you actually do get, I would say all three of the Quakes. There's Quake 4 for some reason not a part of this, but you'll get like the quote original versions of Quake 2, Quake 3. They'll do as good as those are going to top out for games from probably all before 2005. Again, something I haven't had Steam. I have the original discs floating around my Twitch office. But good to see that a part of that. And again, like something you can pick up on. I think it'd be a fun little Switch game to hop into Quake, because Quake was such a pick up and play first person shooter, because nothing made sense on it. Let's be honest about it. So at least the first one, right? So definitely recommend that if you're on Game Pass. If you want to jump into it, it looks like it's $10 across the platforms if you're not on Game Pass. So definitely can be worthwhile. I say no enhancement and upgrades for Quake 2, and I think they might have just recently pulled this off, but there is an RTX version of Quake 2 that's been floating around. It was part of the NVIDIA Now, GeForce Now package that you could pay. Like I'm paying $5 a month. I think it might be 10 for new subscribers now. That was just kind of included, which was kind of nice. I believe, or maybe I got it in some package on Steam or something. I don't know. It just showed up on day one, so I was like, oh, okay, this is the only Quake thing there is, and the only Bethesda product, because they pulled everything else for whatever's going on. Well, actually, it makes sense. Bethesda's not on GeForce Now because they just got bought by Microsoft, right? So they're like, we're not going to stream these anywhere else. So, did you guys play Quake? You have any Quake memories?
I'm trying to actually remember. I think was Quake. I think I got Quake at CompUSA.
Okay.
On like a demo.
Mm-hmm. It would have been that
CD.
It was still like that shareware kind of thing where everybody had the first episode.
Yeah, and then like it was like, but it was still like $5 for the CD.
Oh yeah.
And then you could call a number, and they gave you like an unlock.
It was like the last shareware game. Because like Doom and Wolfenstein and Commander Keen were all that too, where you got like you would just get these demo discs packed in with like your computer or something else, or that $5, $10 DVD, CD-ROM bin, and then yeah, you have to like. I remember there were postal instructions to send money to like unlock the rest of the original Doom or something, right? Like in like that MS-DOS font. So. But like, do you think you just played like the shareware version and stuff?
No, I remember. So I bought the CD and then I found a keygen.
Oh, he did that thing. Yeah,
I did that.
I don't think I've done those for those like shareware games like that. But
and you could get. I didn't realize you can get Commander Keen, the complete pack, all 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all
on
that stuff's
Steam.
Yeah, all that stuff's on Steam. I think I can't remember if I purchased or my brother got me for my birthday at some point. There was like a giant 3D Realms like, hey, here's everything package. So I have like the first 2 Duke Nukems and all that kind of stuff. It was pretty crazy. So I know Commander Keen was in software, wasn't it? They were all Apogee games before they became whatever they became. So, but anyways, Katie, do you have any Quake memories? Was that one that floated around your household?
I just remember the disc. I don't think we ever actually played.
Oh yeah, you're like, this is it for me. So it had a 9 Inch Nails soundtrack.
Oh.
And your nail gun, the little ammo boxes for the nail gun had a 9 Inch Nails logo on it. That's the biggest thing I remembered. And it's one of those, like, remember you could always throw in the CD for CD-ROM games, and the soundtrack was literally just like CD tracks on them, so you could throw them in the CD player, skip the data track because that was just like it sounded horrible, and then you could just like listen to the soundtrack. It was, if you wanted to. Warcraft.
It's so funny when you mentioned 9 Inch Nails. I have a Best Buy Trent Reznor story because he was local to our area.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's hold on to that for Patreon.
Yeah, I once had his phone number.
Oh, okay. And I've mentioned my.
So there's your Patreon.
I've mentioned my connection to the Reznor family too, right? On their show. Well, we'll do that on Patreon too. Your story is probably way cooler than mine.
I don't think so.
We'll find out. We got something to do later after the show then, so we'll put a pin in that. Well, also, put a pin in it and get some pepperoni. Our good friends at Slice on Broadway, right up the hill, right up the road here, New York City style, Yinzer made, Beachview, Carnegie, East End, North Hills. No, yes, I was in Chicago. Yes, I had deep dish pizza, but as I said last night, and it was delicious, but it's not Slice on Broadway. And whenever I say deep dish pizza, always put quotation marks around that pizza, because damn it, that's not pizza. This is the good stuff. Supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza, New York City style. This is the best style. I mean, it's the only style. Like that's just pizza, period, right? So go check them out. SliceOnBroadway.com. If you're not in the Pittsburgh area, wherever you are, just support your local pizza establishment. Whatever that is, even the fake pizza in Chicago, or Detroit. Detroit has a weird thing too, right? So, Katie, we'll be up in that area. Have you ever tried? You go up to Michigan a lot. Have you ever tried this Detroit style they have up there?
I have not actually.
No, so maybe that'll be an experiment because we have a business trip coming up in the next month. So now we have a mission, which is to get Detroit style pizza, and then of course visit the Penis Tower in Ypsilanti. So, but anyways. So where are we at? Where are we at in the stock? What else have we got going on here?
OnlyFans is banning porn.
So this is an interesting story because a lot of people aren't talking about the reason because they're saying OnlyFans is betraying their people that made them popular, right? But it's really the credit card companies because the credit card companies have put in the kibosh on any kind of explicit material that they're being used for. And if you take, and MasterCard in particular in this case, and I think MasterCard also had an issue with Pornhub, if I'm not mistaken, when they had a big crackdown. Like, is that what led to the big crackdown on Pornhub like a year ago? Was probably MasterCard?
I think MasterCard and the fact that they were having trouble regulating, which could be related to MasterCard, what was consensual and what was actually
right. So
of age.
So they had trouble doing that. I mean, Pornhub, I don't think really did a lot to stop you from uploading anything. And I don't know if OnlyFans, if that's part of it, but like all the stores are just about it. It's banning the, anything nudity and explicit is going to be removed from it. Now, and of course it's probably a big part of it, but I think there are plenty of things non-explicit that are part of the service. I don't know what that's going to, are the people that are doing explicit stuff going to kind of convert or something like that, or whatever the case is?
So the article in here, which matches up with the information I had heard, it wasn't the credit card companies, it was investors.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they can't find more investors because the investors don't want to invest
in something that does this.
I think it's a lot of finger pointing of like, it's this problem, this person has a problem, like this company has a problem, and I don't think the whole story is out yet.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately.
It'll be interesting. I mean, I guess I look at the number of other sites because I don't know who, I can't remember where I saw it posted. It was somewhere on Twitter, and it was a Verge link to the news, the article.
Yeah,
it might have been Chachi that posted it, and then he said he really didn't care. But it was interesting because then they gave a rundown of all of the other sites that are out there. I'm like, okay, so this is going to be, everyone's just going to jump ship. This is going to be, what was the site that Verizon bought or something? Was it Tumblr? It'll be that all over again. Everyone's just going to jump ship.
So either way, whatever that means for them, like maybe OnlyFans just becomes another Patreon competitor at that point, because I don't believe Patreon allows any kind of explicit content on their platform by design. And it is, if you allow explicit content like that, you have to deal, I don't want to say the ramifications, but you have to then manage it, because that means is like, okay, explicit content, but then there's like explicit content that is illegal, explicit content, and it's like on that border line with it, right? So, things from like making sure people aren't underage, it's like, okay, that's not always a visual thing, right? So there was, so the discussion I listened to, I think this was on This Week in Tech, so I had a little bit of, and one of them was like, there's journalists on there that wrote articles on this, so that's where I was taken from. But the idea that, according to them, I believe they said MasterCard was insisting that they do X, Y, and Z, which meant nothing uploaded, that anything that could have been potentially like illegal, underage or something else, like needed to be like manually reviewed before posting. Which is funny because that's the exact kind of thing something like Section 230 means you don't have to do and not be liable, right? But this is a whole other. This isn't the government. This isn't liability. This is the credit card, supposedly, maybe investors, whoever the source is, saying you need to do this. But because they can make whatever rules they want, it doesn't matter. They're not the government that has to go by a rule like this, right? So it's interesting. So, this goes along the story you had last week, Katie, right? About the app. Now you kind of see what that was kind of leading into.
Yeah. You're like, oh, wait. Oh, this escalated quickly.
Yes, it did. So they are stating, and I guess, from, scanning that article and the stuff I've heard, you say there's a lot of fingerprinting. Like OnlyFans obviously is not saying what's up, but they're just saying kind of what this is going to be, right? So, interesting. Katie, let's speaking of communicating with fans, tell me what Linktree is doing with PayPal. I know Linktree is something that you have been talking with a lot of our professional wrestler friends. I've been noticing more Linktrees on profiles for pro wrestlers that we know.
Yeah, Linktrees they're partnering with PayPal, so it makes it easier for you to give to the particular creator in commerce, which is pretty cool because I don't know about you, but I felt like PayPal was the big thing because eBay made PayPal this huge thing, and then PayPal kind of like disappeared because they had so many issues, and now it's like PayPal is everywhere again. Yeah, they really pushed that branding a little bit more, didn't they? Mm-hmm. And like the way I like the fact that they're being a little bit more, I don't be like cutting edge, but more in touch with technology and what creators are looking for. And this is a great a connection, I think, between Linktree and PayPal. And I think Linktree also picked up, like they said, SongLink, and is something else that you can link into your Linktree. Is like if you have music, you can link it there. So Linktree's doing a pretty good job at just taking away the need of you having to create a full-on website, which has definitely been like a barrier for a lot of creators and people who are producing songs and whatever. So I like what Linktree is doing, and I like that they're working with PayPal.
Yeah. So it's just a super easy thing. It's mobile, ready to go, and just kind of gives you, hey, here's all my stuff, which is usually just links of social media pages and things like that. I forgot, because I think I was just bringing up a friend of ours page because I thought it was still Linktree, but it's kind of the same thing. Our buddy Pretty Boy Smooth has one of these kind of. I mean, this is basically it, right? Like it's this kind of. I mean, this one's not a Linktree, but it's the same concept. Whereas, like, here's all of his links of booking inquiries, talent. Is a pro wrestler, so talent information, highlight reel, his store for T-shirts. He has a scholarship that he promotes. So we did a great interview with him on Indie Mayhem Show. If you want to check that out, PB provides scholarship up there in Erie. He has a Wikipedia page.
He does.
Oh wow. I don't know. I don't know too many of. I gotta double check. I'm curious. That's a new qualification for our wrestling friends. Was like, are you on the Wikipedia page level? And that's awesome. That's awesome. But yeah. So that links in, so you can do donations and stuff too. Yeah. Who needs OnlyFans? I guess. So.
I think what I like about for people who are creating content, they're getting better at incorporating things like PayPal and Venmo into their process. Because if I give you something from Venmo, I don't count it as money because it doesn't feel like real money. Same thing for PayPal. I just that's how I pay for parking and other things. It's
Yeah. That's where if I get paid in PayPal, it's almost like the money doesn't exist to me. But yeah, it's interesting. I got an update from the chat room. That's not a, and it's not a casserole. It's a pizza on the slice. And he says, very weird Detroit pizza in Greektown. I got to look out for. So, all right, keep an eye out there. Let's see. Chilla, which one you want to hit up here out of your selections?
So is it GamesCon? Is launching tomorrow. I think Microsoft swooped in and made some announcements today. But that being said, it was announced. I started to hear rumblings last week via a tweet. We are going to hear more about Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. I mean, this was announced eons ago. And then was delayed. It was supposed to be out, I think, end of last year. Then it was, hopefully by May. Now I'm hearing hopefully by the end of this year. But I'm super excited about. I've always liked all of the Lego games, including the Marvel ones. I don't think I've ever played any of the Harry Potters, but especially the Marvel ones, even some of the DC ones. But hopefully we'll hear more tomorrow. I think that starts at 2 p.m.
Okay.
Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully we'll hear, like I said, hopefully we'll hear more. I'm hoping for an end of year launch. I've had it pre-ordered for quite some time. I got in on the limited edition with the collectible Lego minifig of Luke with blue milk. But we'll see when I finally actually have it in my hands. I ordered it for the Switch. I feel like those games work great on there and are easily portable. But I did also recently there was a special on all of the Marvel games on Xbox. So picked up those over there too.
Awesome. And there's a secondary video game story you got here, right?
Yeah, so I was a little bummed. I didn't get, because of vacation and jet setting, I did not get to play the Halo beta. I think Crazy Kraus talked about it a while back. But then they announced recently, I think this week, or it was either maybe late last week, they're running late, and they actually discussed potentially pushing the game. Thankfully, they're not. But the game is not going to launch with co-op, which is a very fun way that I can jump in with people, even if they're not in the same house. So there's going to be no co-op, and there's also going to be no Forge.
And what was
Forge?
I was
never a big, huge Forge person. I did like playing other levels that other people made, or maps. But so this co-op seems like a big omission.
So Forge is the level editor.
Yeah.
For multiplayer.
Yeah, and I think did it first come out with Halo 2, maybe?
I don't know. I've only done single player Halo basically, so yeah.
But yeah, to me, I can't wait to play online, but I would have probably preferred to play the single player in co-op mode. But unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait for that. So maybe play through, and it'll give it some replay value if you can play with a friend.
There you go. I think I played 3 mostly with my brother, if I recall. One of those games. Maybe it was Gears of War 1 that I did. I don't know. Anyways, Katie, I see your cursor hovering there over a Spotify story.
Yeah. So Spotify has opened up its subscription service for all podcast creators.
Okay.
It was a thing they kind of just were beta testing. But if you are able to, if you have a podcast on Spotify, you can create subscription levels that, if you keep certain episodes behind a subscription paywall. And when they were doing the beta testing, one thing they changed was they originally only had 3 price points. It was like $2.99, $4.99, and $7.99 per month. And creators are like, no, that's not going to work. And now they go anywhere from 49 cents per month up to $150 per month.
Jeez.
So if we want to put some very, very fancy episodes behind, and you want to pay $150 per month to hear those, we'll put a lot of work into them, make them really cool. If you want to pay that, we'll help you out there.
There you go.
But yeah, it's really neat. I'm glad it's another place for creators who have podcasts are able to make some money and support what they're doing.
Interesting. This is something for a high-level podcast that can do premium content, I guess, right? I feel like unless you got something that is more of an established brand that you can expand on, you can't really demand too much on it. Yeah, I guess specialized stuff. Well, you know what this makes easier? Between this and the iTunes subscriptions, all those people that do the podcast that sell a masterclass or a book or something.
Yeah.
You know those ones. Like all the ones when I went to podcast movement where it's like everybody was like about their book and their service that they were selling through their podcast, and that's how you make money. That's true. You don't make money on podcasts. It's the services. And we do a version of that, to be quite honest. So, but Kevin Smith can do one of these, right? So like things like that. So it'll be interesting. I don't know. Nothing is sold. I haven't seen anything yet in subscriptions that's maybe I drop a couple bucks for that. I'm considering dropping a couple bucks for Club Twit, but that's independent of all these things. They started doing a exclusive, like basically an internal Patreon model, where they have their own Discords and stuff like that and ad-free versions. It doesn't matter. I don't. I pay for Daily Tech News Show on Patreon, and I never do the ad-free feed. Because I have it tied into my Google Hub, Nest, whatever it's called these days, the Google Mini to me, and so it's always like the hey, play the latest podcast in the shower kind of thing, right? So it's like I don't know how to put the feed in there, but anyways, I don't know. Good to see it's kind of growing. Podcast is still growing as a business.
And it's nice because it's built in as opposed to if you wanted to set up a Patreon.
Right.
There's some additional work and things you have to put into a thought level. Like, okay, what do I give these subscribers at this level? Whereas opposed to this, if you just want to create a private feed that you put certain information or podcasts into, there you go. Charge something a month.
That is a big consideration, isn't it? Because we for us, we're like, hey, please support us on our Patreon. But what would happen if we said, hey, our Patreon content we're going to start doing on a subscription for $5 a month on Patreon, or I'm sorry, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I don't see any reason not to be exclusive. And then most of your podcasters are on probably either of those platforms already built in. If they're listening, it's like, okay, so man, there might be something to that. At least like on the low level where we're at on the podcasting side.
Well, and I feel like the to your point of, hey, whomever, play this.
Mm-hmm.
If it's frictionless to the user to buy that that ad-free version,
mm-hmm.
you're going to then have it on that service, and you're still going to be able to say, hey, play whatever, and you're not going to have to jump through hoops to go listen to it ad-free. It's just going to be part. From my understanding, it's just going to be part of that service offering, which to me makes it that much more beneficial to the other people on those services.
Yeah. Be interesting to see. Well, sorry, I'm sitting here. I was poking at something and realized, did they come out with a new Apple TV recently, like in the last month?
The only thing I thought they came out with was you could get the new 4K bundled with the new remote.
So if I got the 4K with the remote, like that's the most recent version,
That's
right?
the most recent one.
Okay,
unless we're probably 3 weeks, maybe 4 away from an announcement, and I heard 2 announcements in September.
Okay.
So we're close. We're close to new announcements, but I haven't.
So I bought the Apple TV exactly
I
bought the Apple TV exactly at the wrong time, and got it. So oh well, it was.
No, I don't. Like I said, I don't think there is another. I there's 2 announcements coming in September, but I haven't heard TV being any part.
Oh no. I thought I heard they came out in the last few weeks. I don't know. I caught something and I was like, oh man, did I just buy the wrong one like a week before the thing? But anyways, Katie, did you make heads or tails of this? I see why you had a problem with this article because I noticed it's on their Walmart's corporate website.
Yeah, it was super confusing.
Yeah,
and
so good.
It sounds like to me that Walmart, it's called GoLocal, and Walmart is going to allow businesses of all sizes, according to the website, big and small, to use their transportation to help with deliveries.
Okay.
And looking, there was mention of B2B, so I'm thinking it's from point A to, but not to the house right now, like not using Walmart's, because Walmart uses the, oh gosh, what do they call their Walmart, the fulfillment of how they have the people doing it locally to your actual home. I forget what they call it, but Walmart has their own all these things because Walmart is huge. But it looks like it just right now it's not to your door. It's just like you can go, hey, I have this business and I need to get my stuff to this other business. Can you, is it on your route? Can you throw it on your truck? Good. There you go. And which is good because in a sense it saves money and saves resources because less gas, less trucks. But last mile, that is it.
Okay.
That's last mile is the delivery service that gets to your door. That's how Walmart gets it to your house.
Yeah.
I knew they had something else random.
It's actually been annoying because every time I'm like, I want to get a Walmart and find out if a thing is there that I'm looking for, and I don't get the localized Walmart experience until I walk in the store. And they're really pushing the delivery pickup, this Walmart Plus, which is the free delivery, which is basically an Instacart competitor, which is interesting because I think Walmart's now on Instacart. And again, I think Amazon just eclipsed them in size of company, revenue, however they manage it, just eclipsed Walmart. So now Walmart is scrambling once again and Walmart's been trying to figure out delivery and all these kinds of things for at least 10, 15 years. What they bought, they bought several delivery services, I think, and over the years that have been sold off and things like that. So I don't know. And they're not. Have you ever searched for stuff on Walmart.com?
There's 2 separate tabs.
Well, not even that. When you do your search and you're just looking at things for delivery, not all the stuff's from Walmart.
Mm-mm.
They do a reseller thing.
Best Buy's the same way now.
Yeah,
I went to look for something to figure out if a certain thing was in a Best Buy around here, and it was here's 52 other things, but you'll never find these in a Best Buy store.
Yeah, it's because it's not about that, because they know it's about being able to. Why do we go to Amazon? Because the thing we're looking for is probably there. How many times have you gone to Amazon and not found the thing you were looking for, right? Versus Walmart, you're like, oh, they don't have these kinds of cords and electronics. I'm not even going to bother looking at them. But now you go start looking at that. And because if I'm looking for, this happens to me when I'm looking for power adapters for professional video equipment and then the Google search gives you the shopping thing. You're like, oh, okay. You click through. You're like, Walmart, really? And it's some reseller that's however much and $15 shipping and all this kind of stuff. And it's like it just seems real sketchy. So it's like, okay, then we'll figure something else out. But yeah, and they're not good about juggling that, are they? About knowing what's going where.
In no means. And I'll be honest with you, when I go to Amazon, I know I'm getting something shipped, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I go to Best Buy or Walmart, I'm trying to get something at the store near me.
It's like they have too many options. Because I've noticed that too. Hey, there's a store in your area that has it, or we can ship it to you, or we can ship it to the store. And usually if it's something like that, I'm not looking at Best Buy or Walmart unless it's like, I need this thing for tomorrow, and your 2-day shipping doesn't help me, right? I had something I would have liked to bring with me for these shoots that we did in Chicago this weekend. And I looked at it and said, oh, that's going to show up Friday. I'm already on the road. Put it on my Amazon day on Monday, right? Things like that, because you got to juggle that time. Or you're on the road and like, can I get this here? Wherever we're at, it's like, I can't, if I'm sitting in a hotel room in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and I need, a thing, and we did this, it was like, I get the thing, put it on pickup, put the order in. So I'm not even fussing around with going in the store and looking for it. It's like, this thing is here and it better be ready to go, because I got to get back to work, kind of thing. So, but I mean, probably kind of more specialized cases than that, I guess. But versus the day-to-day, I just need to get a doohickey people. So I don't know. It is fascinating to watch Walmart, grow into an Amazon thing. And then Amazon, I was listening to, I think Daily Tech News last week was talking about how many locations Amazon has. So they're going the other way, right? So, because they have what was it? Something like 500 Whole Food stores. They have the Amazon Go stores that are starting to pop up a little bit. They have, I think, over 100. I think I saw of these storefront Amazon stores, and all they are carrying are items that have 5-star ratings in Amazon. And I know we talked about that a while ago, but I guess they've rolled out a bunch of them. Haven't come across a lot of these things yet, except for Whole Foods. But it'd be interesting to see what these look like. I'm only aware of Treasure Island that apparently gets a bunch of old Amazon chargers for phones and stuff for insanely cheap. I understand. I had a wrestler. I don't know. I ran into a wrestler in West Virginia when we were working, and he just was really excited about Treasure Island and telling me all about it. I was like, oh, all right. So, but anyways, so what's up, Chance, if you listen to the podcast, by the way. Where else are we at? What else we got here, guys? I think it's just my stories. Oh, Potter. We got Potter. Okay, credit to Potter. He's the one that gave us the link for the OnlyFans story.
Yep.
So I want to make sure that gets connected. And Amanda actually shared her awesome thing of the week. So let's touch on that here real quick. Let me see about pulling that up. So she says, new toy. She's tired of being worried about dropping her phone while kayaking or in the ocean. This is a Polaroid camera. Let me pull that up here for you. It's 4K video and 12 megapixel photo. Comes with hookups for the helmet and bike. So it looks like it's basically Polaroid's GoPro. Huh.
Was there a price on it? Because that's the one thing that made, when I first read her description, all I could think was GoPro.
It's the Polaroid ID 922 if you want to look that up.
Let me look it up on Amazon, not on Best Buy.
Or Walmart.com apparently. So
Target has it.
Yeah.
For $59.99.
Oh. And I figured it was going to be cheaper because you see a lot, especially going on Amazon. Because I recently picked up a GoPro Hero 8 because I was like, I haven't updated the GoPro in several years, and the battery is just. It was a cheap one too, but you see the GoPro alternatives, and you're just like, I don't know if I trust that thing's actually going to hold up under the stresses I put a GoPro under. Because I would love to get back to strapping GoPros to the side of Baja cars next year. But anyways, Ooh, I just booked somebody. Anyways, it's no, that's cool. And just for like kind of easy things like that. Though you don't have the bag thing. Like I noticed when we went scuba diving in Thailand, they sold these. They look like Ziploc bags, and they had a hook on them, and you could like strap them around your wrist. But it was basically just a big plastic sealed bag that you put a phone inside. So, and no matter what it was, and it was waterproofed from that. And they sold it at like anything that was like a beach, scuba something or other. I still see it when I go to the ocean too. I mean that seems like the big. I don't know. They probably don't have them at the kayaking outlet here in Pittsburgh, but have you guys seen those out and about? Since you guys are aficionados of Ocean City, Maryland, apparently.
I've seen them at the Ron John Surf Shop in
the
Ocean
Ron
City.
John,
the Ziploc bag things.
Yeah,
yeah.
I have a waterproof fanny pack that I found on Amazon.
What?
Mhm. Yeah, they sell them in a variety of colors. So if you want to get there's like a black one, so you can't really tell what's in it, but it's got like two seal, like multiple seals. I think it's like 2 or 3 seals.
Oh wow!
And but yeah, they're waterproof. You put it on, splish splash with your phone and whatnot.
Can you get them? Can you get it in transparent?
Yes.
You can see everything in it.
So
yep.
So
then you could use it because you could touch through it.
So Missy got me a fanny pack that's a see-through plastic fanny pack, and she's like, I figured this will help when you get on a plane and on at the Baja stuff. I was like, okay. So I did the plane, and it was fine for that. It was just like a little more bulk to deal with in the airplane seat, and then I tried wearing it out for the Baja. So I'm like, okay, what am I going to put in this, that would be helpful? And the answer is like batteries, like batteries, suntan lotion, the wipes, things like that. The problem is you're putting a battery in this thing and it's clear. So there's a greenhouse effect that happens and you just put a battery in it. So like I was like, and this is when I'm like in super hot Louisville, Kentucky, and Las Vegas with 115-degree heat. I'm like, if I use this, like a battery is going to explode on my hip, or worst case, in front of my crotch. And this is just, it was going to be bad news. So I was like, I think if I wear this, it's going to turn into an incendiary device. So we retired that for the moment as an idea out, at least for outside events, let's say. So. Anyways, that was my fanny pack experiment. Hey, from the chat room, Dave Potter's in there. He's saying September will be iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, MacBook Pro, and maybe Mac Mini. That's right. We don't have an M1 MacBook Pro yet, right? No, we do. Do we?
No, I don't think so.
No, that's still
the Air.
The Airs have been. Okay.
I'm so excited.
Did he say? Oh, sorry. Which Mini did he say?
Mac Mini, maybe.
Oh, I heard iPad Mini.
I know. I think you were the one that I was going on about. That may be coming back. Yeah, Katie, I'm on that too. The watch is okay, but it'd be nice to update. I have a feeling this isn't going to last too much longer with updates because the 3s. How many people have been having trouble with the Series 3s? And once the new OS hits, it's probably going to just drag it down in the mud. But you've had your phone. What do you got? An X or an XR?
I have an X. Like I've had it since the November. When it first came out.
You're in the same boat with me with my 8. That like and it's not doing too bad, right?
No, it's starting. So my battery life is the health of the battery is 80% now.
Right.
So it's definitely, I can't go a day with a charge
right.
at all.
So I had my battery replaced back in March, I think, and already like it feels like it's not lasting quite as long as it should be.
What's your health percentage at?
I have not checked that, so I should do that. But it just feels like I should be getting more out of it than I am. Like it doesn't feel like it did for a little bit, but like lately it's just like I'll take it off the charger in the morning and then get in the car and go, and I'll look up at it and I'm just like, why is that already look like it's at 50%? Kind of thing. So, and dealing with those kinds of things. Where's the battery thing?
I can't find anything in settings anymore. I just scroll down and swipe down and search.
Search for it.
Yeah, that's what I did too. It's like settings,
battery health is actually. Yeah, I keep forgetting that's a thing. I'm at 95%. So
that's pretty good. I mean, I'm at 94.
But
my iPhone original 10. is it 84%? And I'm
like,
thinking about.
But it's like 4 months
old. Do I hang on to it? Do I sell it? Do I hang on to it and replace the battery? Or
man, the getting $700 as a resale as a trade-in value when I'm looking at like $1,500 phones is really tempting because I'm not getting anything except for the iPhone Pro. So.
Yeah, if I'm doing it, I gotta go all in.
But I also want to keep this because it's still a good camera. I mean, even the fact that I'm doing what I'm doing with like this is an iPhone 6s. That this camera, that's what this camera is, right? And we have 2 of those. So I'd love like this to be, these are obviously useful. We can put multiple cameras around on the thing. So like it's like, okay, is it worth $800? Or should I just keep my, quote, $800 camera here that does 4K and this kind of stuff, right? So that's why we topped it out. That's why I top it out all the times when I do these. So I don't know. That's struggling.
What are you using to pull that in as a camera? Are you using
NDI? We talked about it a couple months ago, I think. But yeah, I'm using the NDI HX, I think it's called. App you can get on any phone, and with vMix, and I think OBS, if you're using that, there should be something about NDI you might need a plugin. And NDI is amazing because you can just pull video feeds over a network. So like literally the way that our software uses here in vMix, we could have another computer sitting across the room, and then every separate camera that I have coming in the vMix, we have a hardware switcher, so not every camera is going in the vMix. But if you look at like any of these cameras can pull up, and just somebody can switch a whole different show with the same cameras, basically, right? Or elements I put in here and videos can get pulled and things like that. So it's really versatile and really interesting. And the first time I was introduced to it, it was again a really cool multi-stage setup that they were doing for Replay FX. Replay FX. Well, it looks like it's getting the pumpkin time here, Chilla pumpkin time. So we should probably wrap this thing up. We've been having fun. It's good to have the full gang back together here for the show. So John Chichilla at Chilla on the tweets.
John Chichilla on the Facebooks.
Fantastic, and of course,
just real quick. If you go out, you'll see. Actually, I think Carla posted it. We always at Ocean City, we always get the old-fashioned photos, and we did a steampunk edition this year.
Nice. Oh, gotta close my Polaroid. Katie, what you got going on? You're on the social medias. There's that.
Social things.
There's that.
Kate Utters on Twitter, Kate Marie PGH on Instagram, and I have a lesson with our friend Riz Plays Games tomorrow night to learn more about Twitch streaming and moderating a Twitch stream.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Really? So wait, so what is this? So what are you guys doing?
I have a training. He's going to teach me how to moderate a Twitch stream and shortcuts and such.
Ah, okay.
Are you recording it for people to watch?
Maybe we should.
Oh, I think you should, because I'm super interested in that.
Yeah, absolutely. Is this pre-gaming for Saturday night's
Possibly.
experiments? Yeah, that we're doing. There's one. I don't think I told you there's something Friday night if you want to be a part of that too. So our top rope tabletop is this Friday. I forgot. It's pro wrestlers playing Dungeons and Dragons. They'll be here in the studio, and we're going to be presenting that. That'll be on the IndieWrestling.us Twitch page, and of course that'll be hosted over probably to the Sorgatron Media Twitch page as well. We have a lot of fun with that crew, and then what else is happening? Yeah, that's it. New episodes of Comic Book Pit I saw went up. We'll be popping those in the master feed as soon as I get a little bit of time over at SorgatronMedia.com. But in the meantime, just go subscribe to those guys at comicbookpit.com too. Saw they had new episodes up, and I'm at Sorgatron on the tweets if you want to see where the hell I am every weekend, because it's I think I'm traveling every week next month. Yeah, that's it. Everybody check out AwesomeCast again. Thank you to our Patreon supporters. We'll see you guys next time. You have been our awesome audience. Have an awesome week. This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.